Back towards the start of April, my fiance and I were watching through the season finale of season 6 of House on Netflix, and the show got removed from Netflix. In the middle of us watching an episode, we were unable to finish the series, at least at that night. Thankfully, in my massive pile of physical media, I had the Blu-ray copy of season 6 on hand. So the next day we were able to finish our episode, and I had the Blu-ray set of season 7 as well, ready to go. I do not have season 8, which is the final season on Blu-ray, and we're almost to that point now, so that'll be a little interesting. But we were in the middle of watching a show, and it gets removed from Netflix. On top of already being more prone to prefer physical media over the digital streaming substitutes, this was kind of the final straw in that I'm really going to kick butt in digitizing my physical media collection and adding it to my Plex server so that I can keep up, with the shows that we were watching and be able to stream it locally instead of relying on streaming services which are constantly changing licensing. Could you imagine going to Blockbuster back in the day, asking for a movie and them being like, sorry, we can't carry that one this month. Head over to Hollywood Video across the street. They might be able to carry it this month. Or head over to Walmart and just buy it if they have it in stock for this month. We might have it next month. You'll never know. What? Same thing with GameStop. Could you imagine walking into GameStop and asking for a Halo game and them being like, oh, we're not allowed to carry that this week? Head over to Walmart or go on to Amazon and order. Like, that's insane. And that insecurity, that lack of ownership when I prefer to rewatch media that I have and when I prefer to be in control of how I watch that media just drives me a little insane. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to rip the best possible quality TV episodes from a television season disc into separate episodes, because that's something people struggle with, is getting the episodes as separate files instead of one entire, the entire disc as one video file, and how to organize that within your Plex Media Server. This is a sponsored video for Plex. I do have affiliate Plex links in the description down below if you'd like to sign up. There's a link for if you sign up for a free account, if you buy a Plex Pass for yourself, or if you gift a Plex Pass to someone else. We have affiliate links for all of that, and I will be doing a Plex Pass giveaway on my channel very shortly. Let's flip over to the desktop and jump into the tutorial. The program that we're going to be using for this, which is the best one that I have found to actually rip just the raw copy of each individual episode on a season TV disc, is Make MKV. I've made a couple videos about it before, but this is how we're going to pull the individual episodes to then send over to Plex to stream to our system. Now, the program itself is free during this beta period. It's been in beta for a long time. It'll probably be in beta for a long time, and the program is free. Just every 60 days or so, you have to re-download and reinstall it to keep the license active. Unfortunately, it appears, I can't find an actual answer about this, but it appears ripping Blu-ray TV episodes is limited to a paid feature now, or either reinstalls aren't clearing out the license properly. So I will show you how to do that with a paid license in the second half of the video, but first we're going to open up a DVD. I have a DVD of House, because like I said, Netflix stopped carrying it. So the DVD's in my drive. Once it loads up here, click the DVD icon and let it access the drive, read the titles from it, and so on. And again, it will automatically divide up the episodes, so you don't have to worry about that. This doesn't compress the video file, however. So the final video files will be a little large, but they'll be in the raw quality copy that the DVD was burned with. If you wish to compress it to a lower quality later, you can do that in a program like Handbrake, but that slows down the ripping process, whereas this will be the fastest ripping process, basically. So you do have two options here. You can either choose the 20 chapters option, which has all of the 5 episodes in here in one video file with the subtitles and the audio tracks, or you can rip the individual episodes, which are these 4 chapter episodic entries here, which are about 1.4 gigabytes each. So it even tells you the file size. So you get to choose, because this lists all the video formats on the disc. So this little short one is just like a teaser trailer or something like that. You can uncheck that. You're not going to want it. Then you get to choose. Do you want all the episodes at once, or do you want the episodes separately? If you're adding it to something like Plex, where you want to be able to pull up the individual episodes separately, you want to rip those separately. You don't want them all at once. If you're building some sort of collection and you want one disc at a time, you can do that. But if you want to stream it kind of like it is on Netflix, you're going to want to do the individual episode listings here. And then if you click the little drop down arrow, you can get rid of the subtitles if you want, or get rid of specific subtitles or whatever. They are not hard coded on. They are separate subtitle files, just like if you were loading the disc. You get to choose to play that within Plex. So I just leave them all in. Come over here and choose an output folder that it's going to rip the files to. My default is fine, but you can choose a different ripping location. It automatically went to my videos folder. Actually, that's not even the right video folder, so I will change that anyway. F, videos, house, S3, D1 for season 3, disc 1. That's just how I'm going to keep track of it, and I'll show you how to organize it within Plex later. Click OK, and then click Make MKV, and it's going to save these titles as MKV video files. And let it do its thing. It's going to take a little bit, but it's going to be way faster than trying to do it through a program that actually like compresses the video file. So I'll meet you back here after it's done compressing, or ripping, not compressing, ripping. Now, if you do want to be able to rip Blu-ray episodes or just stop dealing with the reinstallation process, you can come over here to help and purchase, and then buy it through here. So if we say buy now, I believe it is about $30. $50. Okay, so it's a $50 license, but it's a lifetime license. And for a program that I have used this heavily, that is not too bad of a price, in my opinion. And it's nowhere near as, you know, adware spammy as a lot of the other DVD rippers out there. Like most DVD rippers out there will constantly spam you now about new versions and things like that. With Make MKV, it's really not like that. Alright, here is the first episode of the house disc that I tried to rip. You can come over here and see that it is 720 by 480 resolution. That is the standard DVD resolution at about 4 megabits per second. It automatically just names it title blankblake.mkv, and that is where we will want to make some changes in a minute. But if we go ahead and open it up with a media player like Media Player Classic, it has chapter markers, so you can see, you know, which chapter you're in and actually skip between them like a normal DVD.
What happened? When we inserted the conduction pin, she flinched.
And it works. And then if you right-click, again, in a program like MPC Classic or VLC, if you right-click, go to Audio Track, you can see the 5.1 surround audio track is there. And subtitles, we have English, Spanish, or no subtitles. Now, obviously, Title 00 isn't a good enough title for Plex to be able to pick it up. So you will want to name it something along the lines of House SO3EO1. Which the formatting is show name, season, episode, or season number, episode number. And this kind of format is fine, or you can do house, season 3, episode 1, something along those lines so that Plex can scan it and identify it as the correct position, and then we'll use photo structuring to fix that as well. So I'm going to right click and cut and move this over to my TV shows folder that Plex automatically scans. And you can see here I have a collection of TV shows, but I do not have a folder for house. So I'm going to make a folder called house, MD, because that is the official show name. And then I'm going to make a folder inside of the show folder with the season number. So season 3. You don't need to do 03, and you don't need to make separate folders for each episode unless you have multiple files, like a subtitle file and so on for each episode. If you just have a single video file, then you can put all of the episodes of a particular season in the same season folder. And this makes the overall organization a little bit easier, and so on. And so after this finishes copying, we'll pull up Plex, and actually we can go ahead and pull up Plex here. But go out to Plex and go to TV shows. It will scan in just a moment once this finishes copying, and we can load up the new episode. And if you want to push that along a little bit, we can go update library. And as you can see here, when you don't accidentally trigger an entire library update instead of the TV update, which is what I did on the background on accident, house shows up. You got House 2004, correct? And season 3, 1 episode. Season 3, episode 1 automatically pulls the title. If we hit play, it's going to take a minute to load it in. And we have the original 480p rip quality. We got original. And then we have some transcoding options. So if we wanted to go for a 2 megabit per second transcode, we can do that. Skip forward a little bit.
A way to resolve our differences.
They're already
Back to original. And it's
ready as a
playing
mechanism for that. It's called
the original DVD quality. Now, if you want better quality, you should use a Blu-ray, which is what we're going to switch to in a minute. I've got the payment information set up in Make MKV, and we're going to show you a Blu-ray rip. But it's mostly the same process. It's just 1080p instead of 480p. All right, now we've got the House Season 6 Blu-ray put in. This is the last episode of the season, and it is loading up the disc here, scanning the device as usual. Open up the Blu-ray, same way as the DVD, allow it to load up the titles and playlist information, but you will have a little bit more video files on the disc. Since it's a Blu-ray and can hold more, it's going to have a lot more previews. You saw there, you might have seen in the log here, it does skip a lot of the like super short just trailers that you don't want. We have a lot of options to choose from. Now, the small files are going to be things that you do not want, but the 4-chapter episodes are what you do want. So you can pretty much see that the episodes are 4 chapters, about 10 gigabytes. A 245 megabyte file is not something you want. It's just going to be, you know, like a commercial or something. If it doesn't show any chapters, it's probably not an episode if you have an official released disc. And so I unchecked everything but the 4 episodes on the disc, which are also identified by having 4 chapters, and they're usually the first files on the disc. I'm going to tell it to export to this same folder, F, Videos, House Season 6. I wouldn't rip directly to your Plex folder. I would rip somewhere else and then copy over to Plex. That way it doesn't try to update in the middle of the file being made. It can just cause a little hiccups on your computer. And hit Make MKV. Same process as the DVD, but then you're going to end up with a much nicer quality file, which I'll show you in just a minute once it's done ripping all of the episodes. All right, Make MKV has finished ripping the 4 episodes from the disc. So I'm going to go ahead and close it. And here we have them here. And you can see they are now, since it's the Blu-ray copy, 1920 by 1080, about 9 gigabytes according to Windows each. About 10 gigabytes if you don't use Windows's confusing file size indicators. We play it back a little bit here.
When my mom off the hook, it's just genetics.
We have a 1080p Blu-ray video file. And again, if we go to subtitle track, we have a forced subtitles track, Spanish and English. And we've got basic surround sound audio and the 1 video track. So again, we will want to rename these. So House Season 6 has 21 episodes. This is the final disc. So this will be House-S06E18. And then the same thing, House-S06E19. And then 20 and 21 for the next 2. Then I will just move these files to my House TV show folder, but I'll make a Season 6 folder. Drop the episodes in. And it has just finished copying the files, and I noticed that as it was adding them to the folder, Plex was automatically picking it up. And you can see here it already says Season 6, 4 episodes, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And it actually works out. So then we can go ahead and play one. Well, play it. It will take a moment to load it up. And wham bam, original 1080p quality from the MKV rip. Or we can do, we have a lot more transcoding options since there's a lot more resolution and bitrate to work with in the first place. And there you go. And that's the gist of it, ripping from Blu-ray and DVD TV show individual episodes to a Plex Media Server and naming them in a way that Plex will detect it and load the proper metadata for it and stuff within your Plex Media Server. I do have affiliate links for Plex in the description down below if you'd like to sign up for a free account, buy a Plex Pass, or gift someone else a Plex Pass. I hope you enjoyed this little kind of sporadic Plex tutorial, as I was doing this more in a response to things that happened within my life instead of planning this out so far ahead of time like I normally do. But hope you enjoyed, hope you found it helpful. I have gotten a lot of questions about how to rip TV episodes, from a season disc without having them all in one file. And I just found that kind of strange because I use Make MKV and it works fine for me. So hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button if you did. Get subscribed for more awesome tech videos. Again, use the Plex affiliate links in the description down below if you don't mind. And I will see you in the next video.